in my pregnancy, my third pregnancy in 3 years, I had horrible, horrible complications, and now I understand why. I'll just share a little bit about what happened first. I had my pelvis separate way beyond what is normal, and it was incredibly painful. I couldn't walk. You can imagine I'm huge. I have 9-pound babies. Huge, huge belly, and I cannot walk. The pain is so intense. It's like a knife is being stabbed into my lower abdomen. It's just nerve pain. It's intense. I needed a wheelchair. I could not walk, let alone look after my 2 other children. And I had such an awful time. And all the websites I found were like, oh no, 6 months postpartum, you'll be fine. Well, I was in constant pain for nearly 2 years. It was 20 months for me. Like from the beginning of my pregnancy was bad all the way through. Very, very awful, very traumatic. But I've since learnt that it is the C1 vertebrae that brings stability to the pelvis. My C1, my atlas, was so out of alignment, and I couldn't be active in my pregnancy for other complications. I had 3 blood clots in my right leg and horrible reasons why. Yeah, anyway, won't get into all that. But are you all feeling sorry for me now? No. Yeah, the C1 brings stability to the pelvis. So if you're pregnant and your pelvis is going out of alignment, I really recommend you get your C1 looked at, because that could have saved me, and I'm not kidding, it could have saved me so much pain. And when you're in pain for as long as I was, it changes you. It affected me. There was an edge to my personality that wasn't there before, and I've since been freed from all that. But I encourage you, if that's what you're facing, go to either an upper cervical chiropractor who specializes in the C1, or try Atlas Prophylax. I've heard people have success with different methods, but get that looked into. You probably can't get x-rays when you're pregnant, so that's not an option. Atlas Prophylax, you don't need an x-ray, but if you're postpartum, I recommend doing it. You know, you need to put your health first. It's one thing to say, put your baby first, and I agreed with that, and I lived that, but you have to be there for your baby. So if you have pain issues in your pelvis, check that it's not your C1 causing that instability, because it was a very simple fix, and I was a little ticked off that it was so easy to fix when I'd gone through nearly 2 years of constant pain. Do you hear me?